Hello everyone! In this Java programming tutorial video brought to you by the ToborTech robotics team, you will learn all about the switch statement in Java programming. Without further ado, let's get started. A few lessons back in this course, we learned about conditional statements in Java. We talked about how we can use if, and else to do different things depending on different conditions. Sometimes we may need to write programs that, for example, convert numbers to the corresponding days of the week. So 1 will be converted to Monday, 2 would be converted to Tuesday, and so on. We can do this with conditional statements like in the code below. So here we have a variable day which is equal to 3. If day is equal to 1, we print out Monday. Else if day is equal to 2, we print out Tuesday, etc. Let's take a look at the output if I run this program. If I run this program, we should see, well, Wednesday, because else if day is equal to 3, we print out Wednesday. And because 3 is equal to 3, we print out Wednesday. So that's the output here. In addition to using this style of programming as shown above, Java also offers us the choice of using switch statements, which can sometimes make our code cleaner and easier to read. Switch statements can only be used to do case matching, which is where we match an expression we tested against different cases. The syntax of a switch statement is shown below. So we write switch, and then in parentheses, we put the expression we want to match with different cases. And then in curly brackets, we write the cases we want to test. So we write case A, colon. And then if expression is equal to case A, we'll run the code right here. Case B, so if expression matches case B, we'll run the code right here. Default is some code, well, we'll run some code if none of the cases above were matched under default. And by the way, you can have as many cases as you would like. So Java will compare the expression with the values of each case, so case A, case B, etc. And if a case value matches the expression, the code under that case and those under subsequent cases will run. Which means that if case A is true, the code under case B will run, and all the other code under other cases will also run. And if none of the cases were matched, the code under default will be run. So we can also write the weekday conversion program above using switch case. The expression we want to test in this case is the variable day. We will test it against the numbers 1 through 7. So in this program, we have the same variable day, which is equal to 3, and then we have a switch statement. We write switch, and in here we put the expression. In this case, the expression is just a variable. We're comparing the value of this variable with different case values. But we can also put more complicated expressions here if we would like. So we want to test day against 1. If this matches, we will do this, and so on. If day is equal to 2, we would not do this. We would just do this, etc. And in this case, day, which is 3, matches case 3. So this line, as well as all the print statements after that line, all of those will be run. Let's take a look if I copy this code into our code editor. We should say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday printed out. Now, we only want Wednesday to be printed out though. And the way how we can address that is we can put a break statement after each print line statement. Now, we talked about break in the last video of this course, along with continue. So break is used to jump out of a control flow structure, like a loop, and in this case, a switch statement. When a case matches the expression, the statements after that case will all run until we see a break, or if the switch statement just ends. So this program has been modified from the previous program. So not only do we print out Monday, Tuesday, and so on, we will break after each print line statement. So this way, day is equal to 3, we match this case, we'll print out Wednesday, and then we will immediately break. We will not even look at the code here. This break, or rather this break, will bring us directly to the end of this switch statement. So then none of the code after that will run inside the switch statement. Let's take a look at the output of this program. And of course, we see int day is equal to 3. That's because I forgot to get rid of this line of code. If I address that problem, we will see Wednesday as the only output this time. So now after Wednesday is printed out, the switch statement is terminated by the break statement. So none of the other cases will be run. None of them will even be tested. So default in switch statements is kind of similar to the else and conditional statements. If none of the specified cases above were matched by the expression, the code under default will run. So in this kind of weird program, let's pretend that the variable I can only be -1, 0, or 1. It cannot be any other value. So we're going to switch I and test it against -1 and 1. And because we know that it can only be -1, 0, or 1, if it's not -1 and it's not 1, that means it is going to be 0. So we print out 0 under default. So I is going to be compared with -1. If that is true, we print out negative. If I matches 1, we print out positive. Otherwise, we'll print out simply 0. So if I get rid of this old program and run our new program, we should see 0 as the output here. So because default is what's going to run. So let's use a practice problem to practice what we just learned. So using switch statement, convert numbers to the 4 seasons of the year. If we have 1, that will be converted to spring. If we have 2, that will be converted to summer. If we have 3, that's converted to fall, and 4 will be converted to winter. So take a few moments to write this program, and I'll show you the answer when you're done. So here is one example solution of this problem. You may have written this somewhat differently, maybe the order is different, but essentially this is one example solution. We have an integer variable, season, which is in this case equal to 2. In this switch statement, we're matching season with the values 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the case that season is equal to 1, we will print out spring and then leave the switch statement. In the case that season is equal to 2, we'll print out summer and then break. And you get the idea with the fall and winter cases. So let's copy this program into our online editor. We should see in this case summer as the output. If I change this to say 4, we should see winter as the output. Yeah, we get that. And it would also work if we have it as 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. It would work with all the numbers that we specified. So to summarize, in some cases, switch statements offer a more elegant way of testing expressions against different values. And there you have it, switch statements in Java programming. If you learned something in this video, please consider subscribing to our channel down below. And with that said, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in another video.